time now for Voices of the Region. Each week we hear from a journalist in our area on the stories they're covering. This week, Marshall Helmberger from the Timber J News in Tower is our guest.
School board members in Ely are wrestling with the debate over how to or whether to prohibit the use of a book that some parents and students are objecting to. The book titled "I Am Still Here: Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness" has been on the reading list in the high school English class, and it's generated considerable controversy after a parent challenged the inclusion of the book. And several other parents have supported that criticism as well. The book is written by author and activist Austin Channing Brown. It spent 16 weeks on the New York Times bestsellers list, and it's been critically acclaimed for challenging prevailing attitudes about the effectiveness of many of the efforts at encouraging diversity and racial tolerance. But some in Ely see the book differently and believe it's hateful towards white people. The school board in Ely hasn't faced such an issue in recent memory, and board members are trying to figure out how to address the concerns of parents without getting overly involved in determining curriculum. Funds for the purchase of the book actually came from a community group in Ely known as Empower, which was seeking to expand students' exposure to perspectives from people of color. Now, some might argue that it's been a good conversation that has engendered considerable thought on both sides of the issue. At this point, however, the school board has yet to act, and they may not take any action in the end. They might just allow the staff to resolve this administratively. They would rather see these concerns brought through a chain of command, essentially, where they would initially go to a teacher, then take it to a principal, and then at that point, if they didn't get satisfaction, it could come to the board. Republican state senator has issued an ultimatum to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. Senator Bill Engelbretson of Alexandria told the agency they must halt a proposed new clean car emission standard, or they're going to have to watch state parks close and millions of dollars for environmental initiatives disappear come July 1. Speaking on May 4th to a virtual conference committee meeting of senators and House members, Engelbretson took the hardline stance against new rules that would boost the number of zero emissions electric vehicles in the state. It would also improve air quality standards and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Now, this budget would not move forward, Engelbretson said, unless the proposed rules come off the table and the Senate's version of the budget is agreed to. He later backtracked a little bit, saying that he would accept a 2-year moratorium on the new clean car rules. Now, at the root of the conflict is that the state is currently falling behind targets that the legislature set back in 2007 for reducing greenhouse gas emissions. I don't know that there's that much demand for electric vehicles in rural parts of the state, so they may not necessarily notice much impact from this one way or another. I suspect most of the demand is probably down in the metro area, and I know down there it's quite difficult to purchase an electric vehicle, and there aren't many choices. And that's one of the things that the advocates of this say, that those states that do have these rules enacted tend to get the overwhelming number of electric vehicles that are produced. Another story is we're looking at what could be one of the best fishing openers in years up here. Saturday is, of course, the fishing opener in Minnesota. And with the early ice out and some warmer weather that we're having now just ahead of the opener, I spoke to several guides up here, and they're all expecting plenty of action for the anglers. With the early ice out, the walleye should be all done spawning, and they should be hungry. And that should please anyone looking to put a few fresh fish on their dinner plate. Lake Vermilion is also basking, I guess, in one of its highest walleye counts ever. The DNR conducts test netting on the lake every year to monitor the fish population, and its walleye catches were the highest in more than 35 years. so hopes here are high for Saturday's opener. Interest in fishing is intense in the border country right now, especially since the closure of the Canadian border last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's redirected many of the anglers who used to travel to Canadian waters to northern Minnesota lakes. The guides I spoke to say they've never had so many bookings, with many of them saying they're booked solid right into July. So that's just one of the reasons that many folks up here are optimistic that it's going to be a very busy summer up here in the North Country. But I'll be mixing a little pleasure with business. I will also be reporting on the opener.